And when you have a player like Clark who can make something happen for herself or make something happen for others at any time.
21 points on 8 for 11 shooting from the field. It wasn't a very dominant 21 points, but it was a 21 points of taking what the defense gave her. She played well.
Doing it through defensive intensity and all that. When you don't have it to the same level, things can fall apart.
An ex-NBA star just called out the WNBA over Caitlin Clark, saying they've made a catastrophic mistake that's killing the league's potential. Is the WNBA really ignoring the player who's single-handedly driving their ticket sales, TV ratings, and merch? And why are some WNBA stars reportedly jealous of Clark's rising fame? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Earlier in the game, and Caitlin Clark can really help with that because she's good at playing in these games down the stretch. But despite the loss, the Fever did play.
So it turns out the Fever are not more dangerous without Caitlin Clark. Of course, that would have been true win or loss against the Los Angeles Sparks.
Stay tuned as we dive into the warning that the league can't afford to ignore. Imagine this. The WNBA has struggled for attention for years, fighting to grab a sliver of the spotlight in the crowded sports world. Now, Caitlin Clark shows up and does the impossible. She becomes the spark everyone's been waiting for. Her college games drew Super Bowl-level numbers, and that energy has carried over. She's a walking highlight reel, someone who not only puts up insane numbers but has the charisma to pull casual fans into the fold.
Indiana Fever's problems of not being able to close out games once again bites them in the butt against the Los Angeles Sparks.
Team they still should beat without CC in the lineup, but the fact that that was even put into existence when it's obviously false.
Well, the Sparks just made shots you wouldn't think a team that's the 10 seed in the WNBA would make, but the Sparks did make those shots, so you got to give it to them.
Yet somehow, the WNBA seems unsure of her. Here's the thing. Clark has already proven she can significantly sway the league's bottom line. During her first few games, ticket prices spiked, some hitting over $100 for nosebleeds. That's unheard of for a league where tickets are often cheaper than popcorn at an NBA game. And when it comes to TV ratings, she's breaking records. The hype is undeniable. Except the WNBA seems reluctant to capitalize on this momentum. They're promoting her, sure, but not to the level her influence warrants. The hesitation feels bizarre when you consider the 55% dip in viewership for games she missed. The numbers scream, she's the draw. But the league isn't screaming back.
For the Fever to lose that game, because you're now at the part of the season where the Fever have enough losses.
She was only 8 for 17 from the field, so I would have wanted to see her shoot the ball a little bit more, especially since Caitlin Clark is not out there. You would have wanted to see her shoot it.
The situation gets murkier when you hear comments from former NBA players who are watching this unfold. One ex-star bluntly stated, "They've got gold in their hands and no clue how to use it." That same player pointed out how poorly these moments of massive attention are managed, calling out leadership for being slow to adapt. Specifically, they warned that the league's conservatism could drive Clark or players like her away, maybe even overseas where stars are treated and compensated far better. So why hold back on a player of this magnitude? Is it fear she'll outshine the league itself, or just bad business decisions? Whatever the reason, it's already expensive. Every time the league underestimates her, they're losing out on millions. Not just in money, but in credibility as a product that's worth watching.
Enough losses where, they had a chance or they were playing a team that they were better than, but still dropped the game.
They fall apart. They aren't able to get offense in the way they were earlier in the game. And Caitlin Clark can really help with that because she's good at playing in these games.
Anyone who's ever watched basketball understands that is silly and came to, be proven true once again through Clark's absence.
But here's the kicker. It's not just the league. The jealousy brewing within might be holding her down even more. You know what's crazier? It's not just the WNBA leadership holding Caitlin Clark back, it's her fellow players too. Reports suggest that some players, especially veterans, are frustrated by all the attention Clark is getting. To them, it feels like the league is erasing years of hard work to focus on one newcomer. As one ex-NBA star put it, the attitude seems to be, "What are we, chopped liver?" It's not just her driving these ratings. What have we been doing all these years? It's like there's this unspoken resentment bubbling under the surface, as if Clark's success somehow diminishes everything they've contributed.
It going, and she's been brilliant recently, and Aaliyah Boston continues to have an awesome season. And I love the physicality that Aaliyah Boston is showing.
In the same way they started off a lot of their recent losses. They've been up in these games. They've had the momentum. It seemed like they were going to win it. And then at the end, they just lose it all.
And here's where it gets obvious. In this year's All-Star voting, Caitlin Clark, a player bringing in viewers in droves, finished 9th among guards. 9th. She even ranked behind one of her own teammates despite being such a crucial factor in boosting the league's visibility. It's baffling. It's not about whether those other players deserve recognition too. It's the sheer disconnect. How does the player most responsible for all the noise around the WNBA right now not get the votes she clearly earned? That's not bad luck. That's deliberate, and it says more about the league's priorities than anything else. It's not just off the court either. Clark's rising fame has made her a target during games. According to reports, she's been fouled hard and shown lack of respect on the court. Yet the refs and league don't seem interested in stepping in.
21 points on 8 for 11 shooting from the field. It wasn't a very dominant 21 points, but it was a 21 points of taking what the defense gave her. She played well.
Doing it through defensive intensity and all that. When you don't have it to the same level, things can fall apart.
The silence from the WNBA on protecting its star says a lot. It's like they're so afraid of upsetting the status quo that they'd rather let the face of their league get knocked around than actually take a stand. But this jealousy and infighting are doing more damage than they realize. Treating Clark like just another rookie instead of the cultural lightning rod she is holds everyone back. If the league and its players can't see her massive value, why would she stick around? And if she doesn't, what happens next?
And this is now 2 losses to the Sparks without Clark. They've lost to the Connecticut Sun, who have the worst record in the league.
Look at this first place. Natasha Howard on the low post, getting an easy layup at the cup. And I liked her game today because, once again, she did not do too much.
The entire defense to her, that makes all the difference in the world, and certainly makes the Fever just a little bit more dangerous.
The stakes couldn't be higher. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rising star. She's the heartbeat of a league desperate for relevance. An ex-NBA star even suggested Caitlin could literally break off and start her own league and still pull in more fans than half the current teams combined. That's the kind of power she holds. But here's the scary part. If the WNBA doesn't fully embrace her, they might lose her to bigger opportunities. Imagine how catastrophic it would look if Clark chose a path outside the league. The WNBA has a chance to rewrite its story, but only if it stops hesitating. Time's running out.